going on, y'all? And welcome back to a new edition of the 1216 podcast reaction section. I know it has been a while. It's been a while, but I am back in full effect. We are ready to go. This came out, I want to say, a couple of weeks ago, and I'm just now getting to it. I haven't even done another one of the trailers either. So for, as you can see, Captain America, the fourth one is coming out next year. Forgot the name of the movie. Crazy, right? Captain America, New World Order or something like that, I believe. If you all have been watching, if you all have been tuned in and pay attention and all that kind of good stuff, you know how I feel about Cap. Cap was my favorite Avenger. Steve Rogers, obviously. Steve Rogers Cap. But as you know, if you've been online and all that kind of stuff, you know people don't like the fact that Sam got the shield and the mantle after Cap, or after Steve, I should say. A lot of people wanted it to go to Bucky. For me, it just didn't make sense for it to be Bucky in this, in the MCU world. Like, I know he does at some point pick up the mantle in the comics, but in the MCU world, it doesn't really work because the whole world kind of knows him as the Winter Soldier, as a villain. So for him to put on the Captain America mantle, I don't think it would make sense. So I'm 100% behind Falcon being the new Captain America, Sam Wilson. I'm so behind that. The Falcon and Winter Soldier series was one of my favorite Disney Plus series. As time has gone on, it's kind of dropped because there have been better stuff that's come out. So it's kind of gone down the list a bit, but I still love it. Super hardcore Cap fan. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Sam does and him actually acting as Captain America going forward in this, because in the series it was getting him set up to take the mantle. Now that he has the mantle, let's see what he does with it going forward in the future, man. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think Torres will be back, so he'll probably have he'll be the new Falcon for Falcon, you know what I mean? So that'll be pretty cool, because we all kind of thought that when we saw him in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series. So have no idea what's going to be in this trailer. I'm really looking forward to this movie coming out next year. Like I said, Cap is my all-time favorite out of all the Avengers that we've seen. I'm talking about MCU wise. Just everything about Steve, Chris Evans, he just portrayed what I think Captain America would be like to a T, man. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead get into this reaction.
Wilson.
Thanks for coming in. Well, thank you for the invite, sir. I have to admit, I'm still getting used to the new look.
They said lose the mustache or lose the election.
Hell no, that's how they going.
You and
okay.
I haven't always agreed in the past, but I want to make another run at making Captain America an official military position.
Okay.
And if we disagree on how to manage this situation, then what happens?
Work with me, Sam. We'll show the world a better way forward.
Oh! Is that Isaiah?
Sir, your inner circle's been compromised. Either you can't see that, or you don't want to. What if it's a trap?
Torres.
Global power is shifting. You're just a pawn.
Giancarlo.
You may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers.
Damn.
You're right. I'm not.
Okay, with the new suit. Brave New World. Okay. Oh! Okay. Hey, what you say? It took how long? About 10, 15, 20 something years, but we finally finna get Red Hulk. Okay. All right, y'all, without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get to this breakdown. All right, y'all, as you seen from the trailer, new president Harrison Ford is taking, he's going to be the new Thunderbolt Ross. William Hurt, I believe that was his name, the actor who was playing Thunderbolt Ross, but as we know, he passed, I believe, last year or the year before last. So he's going to be replaced by Harrison Ford, and the whole kind of, it was either lose the mustache or lose the election, the whole new look kind of thing. So that's, like there's slight nod to it, kind of like with Iron Man 2, when we see Rhodey for the first time, and it's not Terrence Howard, it's Don Cheadle. He was like, yeah, listen, it's me. We're dealing with it. Let's go. And then that was just it. One little quick line to like, hey, we changed the actor. Let's keep it going. Keep it rolling. So he'll be the new president. We see at some point Sam gets a new suit. The president also talks about making Captain America an official position in the government again. So we will see how that all ends up turning out. Because the whole reason why kind of Steve went away from that was because, what did he say? The safest hands are always our own. What if they try and send us to go somewhere we don't think we should go, or we want to go somewhere but they don't let us go? It's like, hey, no, the best hands. That's really why Cap was my favorite Avenger, because he really did what was necessary to keep the people safe. That was really his true and only goal. He only cared about, protecting, saving people, and keeping everybody safe and whatnot. I like, do not get me wrong. I did like Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. He's probably my second favorite character out of all the MCU. But his kind of like, I'd say he has the better character development out of everybody in the MCU. No question, because of how he goes from kind of like the self-centered, only caring about himself, to legitimately sacrificing himself and his life for the rest of the MCU and everything. So we know how that goes about with that and everything with Endgame, that all happens. So just really looking forward to this, man, seeing, because we don't really know the path that the MCU is taking now after Endgame and everything. So it's kind of like, I enjoy the movies. I've enjoyed the TV shows. I'm super excited when they come out. Super excited to watch them. But the stuff that's been coming out recently, it just doesn't feel the same as it did in the Infinity Saga. How everything that goes on kind of connects and leads up to the next part of what's going to happen in the story leading up to Thanos. Everything that's been going on after Endgame has just kind of felt like just kind of all over the place. It doesn't feel like it's centrally focused on a villain or anything like that. So don't get me wrong. I've enjoyed shows. I've enjoyed the movies and all that kind of, especially the new Deadpool that just came out. Like, I enjoy them, but it just kind of gives me pause. Like, where are we going from here? Because in the Infinity Saga, you get the post-credit scene, it's like, hey, it's setting up for this movie, or it's setting up for this movie over here, or something like that. But it's all tied together and you can feel it. You know what I mean? With this, it's just a whole bunch of jumbled TV projects and movies and whatnot. And it's just like, how does this all, because Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, how do these movies, how do these TV shows connect to get us to the movie? You know what I mean? And so far, it doesn't feel like anything is connected, because how are we going to have Avengers Doomsday and we don't even know the new Avengers team yet? Of course, it'll be Sam, Captain America, but like, who else is going to be on the team other than that? You know what I mean? There doesn't seem to be. I mean, you still got Thor and you still have the Hulk who are left over, and you can replace, I guess, Steve with Sam. So that would give you 4: Hulk, Thor, Cap. That'll give you 3. 4, I guess, if Hawkeye comes back, because he's still alive, but I feel like it's going to be Kate Bishop as Hawkeye going forward, because in the Hawkeye series, we saw the damage and stuff he was dealing with. So he's partially going deaf. He has hearing aids, so I don't think that he'd be able to get out there on the front lines anymore like that. So it really just feels like, because we know Cap he's probably still alive, but we don't know where he is, and he's not going to be able to fight anytime soon. We know Tony's dead. We know Nat's dead. Hulk is still around. Hawkeye's still around. And Thor is still around. So you have those 3, but it feels like Hawkeye's going to get replaced with Kate. And then it feels like Steve is going to get replaced with Sam. And is that going to be your team? Because I feel like Kate is gonna end up on the Young Avengers after we watched. It was the movie, the Marvels movie at that, that post credit. I think that was the post credit scene for that. Yeah, it was, because she had the tablet that she got from Monica. So she goes and she recruits Kate. So like, that's more to form up the Young Avengers team. And Ant-Man has his daughter, so Cassie. So, and then Wanda's kids, the twins. You'll have them as well. And then I guess maybe Hulk's son. Scar, I guess he'll be on the team, and maybe Isaiah Bradley's grandson, Patriot, who we saw in the Falcon Winter Soldier series. Like I said, there's been so many things that have come out since Endgame has dropped, but it's like how they're not doing a good job of weaving all the storylines and all that kind of stuff together like they did in the Infinity Saga. So we still have time, we still have time, so we'll see how it all plays out and what we'll get from here going forward. But like I said, with Cap being my favorite Avenger, I really rock with Sam and everything that he did, because still to this day, it's getting pushed now for sure, though. It's between Captain America the Winter Soldier and Deadpool 3 for my favorite all-time MCU movies. For the Winter Soldier to have been released all the way back there and still hold the weight that it does for me in 2024 is amazing. It was just an all-time well done movie. So, and then with Deadpool 3, like, I've watched that so many times. Like, gone to the movie, saw it in 4DX. Amazing experience for my first time in a 4DX movie. And then since the weekend it came out, I saw it Thursday, that opening weekend. Since then, I've rewatched it at least 5 times for sure. It's amazing. It's especially the opening sequence with dancing and everything with NSYNC, and it's great, man. It's great. So that's how I feel about the movie. What we seen from the trailer and everything, and I'm gonna end it on the big note. The big note is Red Hulk. So we're finally gonna get to see, Thunderbolt Ross turn into the Red Hulk in this movie, because clearly they showed it in the teaser. So there's gonna be a fight with him and Sam at some point. Maybe that has to do with like why the White House was getting destroyed in the trailer, because he transformed and he was like destroying the White House. But we'll see when we get more trailers and everything. It should be releasing kind of early 2025 next year. I keep saying it. I'm super excited, super excited, because Cap. I know he's not Steve. He's not Steve, but he still tries to live up to what Steve's ideals, what he left behind as the mantle and everything, who he was as Captain America. Like, that whole conversation that he had at the end of Endgame was like, man, for me, watching that in theaters, that really hit home. Talking about it, it feels like it belongs to someone else. So it doesn't. It's like, he said, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna try to do my best. And he was like, yeah, that's essentially why you have it, because nobody's perfect. No man is perfect, but all you can ever try to do is your best. And that's who Sam is. That's who Steve was, man. And just hopefully Steve is not gone. We'll get to see him. Old man Rogers or something like that, or we'll get a Cap from another universe, because he was my favorite, still is my favorite MCU character. But that's gonna be it for the trailer reaction and breakdown and everything, man. I can't wait until this comes out. I'm gonna try to get back to doing trailer reactions and those kind of comedy reactions, and then some of those like anime fights and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna try and get back to doing all of that stuff for sure. It was an amazing past weekend at SummerSlam, and then an amazing 2 weekends ago at DreamCon. So me and 12 will at some point get on here and talk about that as well, the whole experience that we had. If you want to check that out, just check out the 1216 podcast on IG. Check it out on TikTok as well. 12 has been doing this thing with the video edits and everything, a whole bunch of good stuff that I think you all will like and enjoy, and get to see, our experience from our first DreamCon and our first time going to SummerSlam. For me, my first WWE pay-per-view event. So really great 2 weekends, and we'll be back with the content, man. I appreciate you all for tuning in. I appreciate you all for making it this far, whether you watched or just let it play. Helps out the channel either way. If you did go on to like it and enjoy it, hit that like button. If you want to see more from the 1216 podcast, which is me, 16, or anything that 12 does on his own, or of course the podcast when we get together. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. You get notified anytime we drop something new, whether it's me or 12 or it's us together. And I will see y'all in the next one.